So hello, and amazingly, welcome to the Geneva Motor Show. Would you say?
The show that didn't happen.
The show that didn't happen. Well, you guys have continued it.
Well, we hide in our little corner here. Everyone else is tearing down.
Yes.
And yeah, we were allowed to do a little reveal of the cars before we tear everything down. So
brilliant.
These things happen, and yeah, we try to make the best out of it.
Sure. So if you hear any ambient background noises, it's because outside of these curtains, they're tearing the world down outside. So it's been about 12 months since we last spoke in front of Jesko.
Yes.
Things have evolved somewhat.
Yes.
Run us through the Absolute. First spoke, you did mention that you were going to be doing a sort of low drag, low downforce version.
Exactly, and we actually put in a little bit bigger effort than I thought, because during the year things happened. Yeah. Other car companies kind of drove really fast with this and that, and we felt why not make it the absolutely most extreme speed machine we can ever imagine. So we spent like thousands of hours in front of CFD computers and supercomputers and sleeked the whole thing out to the next level than we actually had originally thought. So we ended up with a CD of 0.278. I mean, you have massively wide tires, you have cooling for 1600 horsepower, and you still have some downforce, but much less to make it sleeker and to have less stress on the tires at high speed. But that kind of drag number on a machine like this is just insane.
Yeah, as a spot of context, that's how slippery it is to go through the air. For a car of that profile and that size is mind-boggling.
It actually shocked. I'm still shocked,
Still
really.
shocked.
And so if you do the numbers, how fast this thing can be with that kind of drag, with the 1600 horsepower, the gear ratio, the frontal area, the RPM of the engine, we don't actually want to go out and say a number because it depends on so many like environmental factors, and but if you run the numbers, it's beyond fast. It's basically just nutcase fast, and no one should ever drive that fast. But probably we just have to do it to prove it can be done.
Do we have a ballpark here of what you're speaking about?
I think it's more fun if people kind of
if you could share a formula with us, and then we can try and work it out.
It's the RPM, it's the gear ratio, it's the frontal area, it's the drag. And then you get to a number, you know, and that number is just unbelievable.
Unbelievable. All right. Okay, well, so anyway, we are standing in front of the Jesko Absolut. Absolute because in Christian's fine words, it's absolutely bonkers. or is it absolutely extreme in every area?
Yeah, and we decided we will never ever endeavor to make a faster car than this.
So this is and will forever be your fastest car.
I can never see us doing anything faster than this, because where's the end? I mean, it's a road car. It's got number plates on it. It's crash tested. It's emission proven, and it's not like 6 meters long, like some kind of desert rocket racer. It's a road car.
Yeah,
and it's way too fast already. and this is it. So it's the Absolute.
That's why it's the Absolute.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, so could you please run us through the evolutions and changes versus, dare I say, a standard or the more track-focused Jesko versus the Absolute?
Absolutely. So first of all, it's a version, right? So we open up the configurator after our press launch, and then you can choose this or the track version.
Okay.
And the difference is this is much more slippery. So it has less downforce, it has softer springs. It means we could, again, open up the front luggage space. We didn't need to use that as an air dam. So we can put the roof in the front again. It's a little bit more practical. It's a little bit more everyday from that perspective. At the same time, it's more extreme because the speed makes it so incredibly extreme. But if we start here at the back, you can see this is probably the most radical difference. It's elongated and smoothed out and sharpened. So you get this perfect release of air with basically no downforce or no lift. It's just like an arrow going through the air. These rakes here give even better high-speed stability. But when we started massaging them in the computer fluid dynamics programs, we noticed, hang on a second, we actually can reduce drag with these as well. You would think they increase drag because they stand out in the air, but they redirect and they create this kind of vortex behind the car. So not only does the stability become better, you actually lose drag. And these are very much part of this, obtaining this very low drag number. So if we go to the side of the car, we can see this little winglet thing here on the track version rolls up and again builds up a pressure to push the car down. And here we normally, on the track version, there is also a little winglet. And of course we have the dished rear wheel. It is actually the same rear wheel, but mounted these plates on it. So you can, if you want to, you can remove it for everyday driving. And then when you want to beat the land speed record, you can put them on.
Stick them on and off you go.
Or maybe, yeah, if you like the look, you can have them on all the time.
With ultra high speed comes ultra high extremes on all sorts of components. Talk to me about the tyres. Are these still an off the shelf?
They are, actually.
That's madness.
When we did the Agera RS record, we were very concerned about the tires, and so were Michelin, of course. No one had ever driven that fast.
Right.
So we did our internal spin testing up to 510 kilometers per hour for 1 minute to see the deflection. Was almost nothing. And then Michelin did their kind of pressure test at high speed and so on. And when we did the actual record run, we were all shocked at how little the tires were impacted. And that was the car that it was slightly heavier than this and with more downforce.
Wow.
So this car will be more lenient on the tires than the Agera RS, which was super lenient on them. So we are at this moment in time absolutely not worried at all about the tires, even though the numbers this car is capable of are absolutely unheard of.
So from a tire that you could effectively just order online, you'll be able to
on the right car
break a record on this car.
Yeah, it has to do with wheel geometry, how the suspension move, how much scrub you have, how much toe in, toe out, this and that, and especially weight.
Okay.
But also the length of the wishbones matters, because when you have a little bit of bumps and so on, the shorter wishbones you have, the more scrub you have when the wheels go in and out.
Yeah.
And that creates a lot of heat. But we have very long wishbones and very little scrub and very little weight, and they track beautifully. So it's a car that's extremely lenient on the tire. Actually, even the carbon fiber wheels help, because imagine you hit a little ridge at high speed, and the wheel needs to move up.
Yeah.
If you have more mass in it here, it wants to stay straight forward more than moving up, so you get more heat into the tire by compressing it more on small undulations. Everything acts together to make it work and happen. So
in order to simulate that speed, because I think last time you mentioned it was done on an aviation.
Exactly. Michelin had to go through the aviation division, and they could still only go up to like 20-30 kilometers under what we were doing. So the rest was like up to testing when we were there.
Exceptional.
Step by step, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Again, here there's no winglet here, there is no winglet here.
Yeah.
And these louvers here are smoothed out.
This is fascinating.
It's just small holes here, so you get some pressure relief from your wheel, but it doesn't like create any unnecessary turbulence over the car. Here on the track version is a huge air dam, which gives massive amount of downforce, but of course at the same time ruins your luggage space. Okay. So we needed to get rid of it to reduce downforce and drag, but we have the added benefit that the high-speed version you can take the roof off and put it in the front as well.
Will it achieve its high speed with the roof off?
Not
that it's necessarily advised.
You can drive, I would say for sure it is the world's fastest open-top car / roadster, but it will not be as fast as with the roof on, given it's more streamlined with the roof on. But I cannot imagine it not being the absolutely fastest car that you can drive with the roof off. So, and apart from that, it's actually identical to the track version.
Okay.
It doesn't have the triplex in the front.
Okay.
Because again, the luggage space, and that is to compensate for the massive downforce of the track version. This doesn't have it, so it doesn't need it.
Okay. So in a way, it's a more, dare I say, practical road-going version of the Jesko.
There's fewer components in a way. It's sleeker, but it's a couple of thousand hours more in the wind tunnel.
Wow. Okay. And so in terms of gearing, is it the same as
Same gear.
Jesko?
We have 9 speeds.
I remember when we last spoke, it was the gearbox blew my mind. That thing's incredible.
And at the time when we spoke last year, we had never driven it. Now we have put some nice kilometers on it, and it's amazing, that thing. It shifts. I mean, I had my vision of what it would be, and it's, dare I say, even better. What is so cool about it, we don't even have a flywheel on the engine, and we have the lightest crankshaft of any production V8, only 12.8 kilos. The engine can rev from 800 RPM to 8,500 RPM if you blip it in 0.2 seconds. It's like a Formula 1 engine or something. And still, when you drive it, it's smooth and comfortable and hydraulically clutch. But the responsiveness is just unbelievable.
You know what's funny when I see you talking, even though you're the team that created it, you seem surprised.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you have an idea when you go out, it should be there, and not always you get positively priced and say, holy shit, was this what it was doing, you know? But in this case, very much in the positive way.
Well, I don't want to push my luck too early, but I do have a bit of a fascination with gearboxes,
right?
And I'm sort of either end of the spectrum. I either love a good manual or a good twin clutch.
Sure.
So when can I try that gearbox? Because I'm fascinated by it.
We're driving our prototypes now, and we're soon locking up the spec for production.
Okay.
So I think in the very near future you can come and have a go.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All
absolutely.
right. Brilliant. So gear ratios are the same.
Same.
It's using the 9-speed gearbox, which was originally developed for Jesko.
Yes.
Do you anticipate how many clients are going to spec?
No idea.
Okay.
So we opened up the configurator in like 24 hours.
Okay.
And we'll see what people start doing.
Right.
They can choose.
So cars are still restricted to 125?
125.
Okay.
Yes.
So 125 cars, and it's up to the client which
they
one
can do whatever they want.
They spec.
So we've already sold all of these cars last year, but we just don't know which version yet.
That'll be interesting, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. So it could be 50-50 or 20-80, who knows?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Brilliant, okay.
Well, which one would you take?
That is a really tough gig. I honestly don't know. My own driving preference, I lean towards a more track-biased setup. However, knowing that this is and forever will be your fastest car, I think that puts somewhat of a very special halo on it.
Right.
So, yeah, I think I'd end up flipping a coin. Either way, it's a good day out.
Exactly.
It's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
These are pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
If you can film it, we have Vantablack in here, so it's endlessly dark.
So Vantablack is that material that absorbs like 99% of light.
It just disappears into darkness, kind of thing. And then you have these spoony-looking things that we came up with. We make the lamp ourselves. So we're shooting LEDs from here that bounces on these spoons and then out. So
that's crazy.
It gives a very. If you stand here, you can see it's just a sculpt of mirror spoony thing.
Beautiful.
In Vantablack, floating in Vantablack.
Wow, that's trick.
Something different.
And is that a headlight specific to Jesko or Jesko Absolut?
It's the same for both. This is the production version of the
Okay. Vantablack. I did wonder who would use Vantablack other than to make a car black.
Right.
So
of course, if you have it on the outside of a car, it can get dirty and so on, and the Vanta effect kind of disappears. Yeah. But in there, it's clean, so it stays. It's filtered air. So.
Well, when you go for the record, call me because I want to witness this thing do its thing. Christian,
I will do that.
Congratulations on this car. Fantastic to see. It's amazing what you guys achieved in just 12 months since I've seen you. The car's taken a huge step on, so can't wait to see it unfold. And also, well done for pushing this through at the last minute.
The show that didn't happen, but we're making something out of it.
Exactly. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Jim.
Cheers, thanks.
Enjoy. Thanks.